Take one.
Hello, I am Tyreek White, and I'm in room 103, and we appreciate you for taking the time to basically interview you about Black History Month. And we're going to be asking you a few questions so that FKD pioneers and all of us could know about you.
Thank you, Tariq.
So, question one, where and when were you born?
So I was born in Caracas, Venezuela in 1973.
How long have you been teaching at Frankford High School?
So a part of the Frankfurt family, I would say since 1997. But at that time, I was more of a community supporter and advocate. So I would come here and volunteer for the 9th grade academy.
What is your current position is?
So I've had a few positions, but right now I am the conflict resolution specialist and the dean of the 9th grade.
What is your favorite part of your job?
So my favorite part is seeing young people come in to Frankfurt from different backgrounds, and some of them just having struggles in their life and then making it, and then seeing them become adults, and then being able to go to baby showers or weddings or getting emails stating, accomplishments that they've had in their life. So I think that's like the most favorite part of my job, is just seeing young people grow up to be like really responsible adults.
Who was your role model growing up?
So, I mean, I had several role models, but if you, I guess Transformers, like if you think about like Transformers, right? Like they have some Transformers that they're different, like parts of them that come from different people, and it makes that one big Voltron. Voltron was my favorite. That's like old school. So Voltron had like different parts of him that made him who he was as one, right? And so to start off, my mom just like was this superwoman, and still is to this day, thank God. And she really instilled a lot in me to, number one, just like be respectful. But the list goes on behind it. Like my dad played his role. My Uncle Ricky, who works here, played his role. So for me, there were several people in my life, and what I did was I took what I felt was the best of them to make me who I am today. So I really kind of took a piece from everybody, and just like Voltron, when he comes together as like the big, robot, that's when he's at his best. And I feel like that's what I've gotten in my life, several role models who made me who I am today.
Thank you. Did you ever see yourself doing what you are doing now? If not, what did you want to do at first?
So I've always seen myself working with young people. When I first came here to the United States, me and my brother were in an ESOL room of 2 people, which was just me and my brother. But we always had that heart to give. That is one of the things I got from, like I said, one of my top role models, my mom. She would always do for the community. So as I was like 13, 14, I would always get like my friends, and we would go to different neighborhoods and play. At first, I wanted to be a teacher. And when I first went to my student teaching task, and I saw what teachers had to go through, I decided not to do it, because for me, I felt like the teachers went through so much just to deliver content and then have somebody over them, where in social work, it's really your energy that young people feel. Sometimes you could be the greatest teacher, but that specific day you don't get your message across. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen in the work that I do. I just feel like being a teacher is a little bit more difficult with all the different mandates that they have, and still having to deliver content to sometimes students that are not on level. So for me, what I picked to do in being in social work and this giving of myself was something that was a part of me even when I was younger. So that's why I decided to go to social work and not be a teacher.
I appreciate that. Where did you attend high school and college?
So I attended Simon Gretz High School, which is not too far from my neighborhood. Just a lesson of, again, bringing my role model up. At one point when I was younger, my mom was going to send me away to a school in Maryland. She put me on a train. I'll never forget that day. And I spent a week at that school. The best thing that ever happened to me was when I came home and I tore my patella tendon, and I begged my mom. I said, Mom, if you don't send me back, because I was just one of those kids that was into too much. And I said, I promise you I will be an honor roll student from that day. And from that day on, I went to Gratz, I was on honor roll, and then I attended Lebanon Valley College.
In your opinion, how did you help and support your FKD community?
I mean, at this point right now, I don't think that there's like one single thing that I feel like that I support the school. I feel like it's family here, right? Like coming to the school every day is not work for me. It's just my part of my life. And I feel like the reason my mind is that way is because I was raised in a church. And when you go to church, that's not work. Like you don't go to church and do work. You know, it's a fellowship. So for me coming in here every day, it's a fellowship, it's a mission, it's a task of us just working together to help you guys become the best you could be. So it's not work. Of course I need, money to pay bills, but I just feel like, to me, that there's no amount of money that I could be paid for what I do because I do it from the bottom of my heart. Like, so the money is just there because I needed to pay bills. But it's all about like having this family, and it grows all the time, and you meet all people all the time, and young people get better and they become just all kinds of things like council members and business owners. And so for me, you guys are family. It's more than just coming in and making it a quote unquote job. It's a mission.
That's really powerful.
Thank you, Tariq.
What is the most important thing you learned in school and life?
I think in school, the most important thing I learned was that my relationships with teachers was more important than the relationships that I had with students. So I have now at least 5 teachers that were in high school that I still speak to, and one elementary school teacher that I still speak to on social media. 2 of them came to my wedding. So I've always felt like the relationship with my teacher, they just had more to offer me than my friends. That was that one most important thing I had. And then the other thing is just having compassion, compromise, and common sense. Like those 3 things have helped me to become just a better person and not taking everything to the point where, I'm angered all the time, and understanding that if I treat people with compassion and compromise, and then common sense, which would help you compromise, not too much, not too little bit. I feel that helps adults move forward. Even when I was raising my dog, I always felt like my dog had to have compassion, compromise, and common sense.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are you most proud of and why?
I think I'm most proud of my perseverance. I've been at this school for a long time, and I've had to endure some things that it shook me. But I know when I came back here, I felt so much love from people. And just the other day, I had a young lady called me who, she graduated from here. She has her own business, and she was just telling me, thank you for being there for her. And, it kind of teared me up a little bit because that's why I came back. Just yesterday, a kid said, you're like my dad that I don't have. Like those little things are huge to me. And so me coming back here, even though I went through something that was just like, oh my God, horrific, makes that's the most thing I'm proud of, is just my perseverance and being able to be there for you guys as a family member, not just, somebody that's a staff member.
What advice do you have for kids my age?
I know I can make it as easy as get off of social media, but it is that, connect with human beings, and those that love you without an agenda. And a lot of times young people get caught up in the agenda thing, like I like you because you're cute, I like you because you're tall, I like you because you're short. But when you genuinely have relationships with people who love you and care for you without an agenda, it makes all the difference in the world. So my advice would be just be around people who are going to motivate you, because I heard before that distracted people distract people. So as long as you're not around people that are distracting you and taking you off your task, you'll be fine. And be around people that care about you because they care, not oh, I like Tariq because he's tall. I like Tariq because he has a gray hoodie on. Those things can kind of go away. when you sit down, you're not as tall as you are, right? So like you gotta have people that like, I care about Tariq because I genuinely care about Tariq. And sometimes it's hard to find people like that. You kind of grow into that kind of love, but I just feel like for me, that's the kind of people that I have around me, and it makes my life simple.
Thank you for your time.
No problem, thank you.
I always want just like you know. I always want like you know.